Hi, how are you? Today I am reviewing Acer Aspire 5, A5-1543 or 19L. Review. 2-minute review. Configuration. Acer offers nearly 24 configurations in its budget Aspire 5 line, ranging from $350 list price, as opposed to Amazon's sale price, for the somewhat bare-bones AMD model we're reviewing here, all the way to $850 for a considerably beefier quad-core Core i7-8565 model with a healthy 12GB of RAM, a 512GB SSD, and dedicated NVIDIA GeForce MX250 graphics. Most Aspire 5 versions boast a 15.6-inch display, although I spotted at least one 14-inch model, with a mix of 1080p and 720p resolutions. CPU, dual-core AMD Ryzen 3 3200U. RAM, 4GB DDR4 RAM. GPU, integrated Radeon Vega 3. Display, 15.6-inch 1920 by 1090 IPS comfy view. Storage, 128GB SSD. Design. Budget laptops are notorious for being boxy and bulky, but Acer has done a nice job of making its Aspire 5 line look slim and sleek. This particular AMD model is no exception. Measuring 14.3 by 9.7 by 0.7 inches, the Aspire feels lighter than its actual weight of 3 pounds, 13 ounces, or 4 pounds, 5 ounces if you include the AC adapter. The aluminum lid gives the Aspire a premium look. You can actually rotate the lid back a little beyond 180 degrees, meaning you can lay the laptop completely flat with the lid open. Display. The 15.6-inch Full HD display looks pretty similar to the screens we've seen on other Aspire 5 models, and that's a good thing. The screen is reasonably bright for a budget laptop, measuring about 260 nits, or candelas, according to our readings. Sure, we've seen laptops with displays in the 300 and up range, but they'll generally cost you many hundreds more. We also like the viewing angles on this IPS display, which look pretty good up until you move your head to about the 45-degree mark. Even then, the screen dims only slightly. Indeed, sharing the Aspire's screen with a neighbor shouldn't present much of an issue. Meanwhile, Acer's anti-glare comfy view design did a good job of warding off distracting reflections. Keyboard, trackpad, and speakers. The backlit keyboard on this Aspire configuration is pretty much the same as on other models we've tested. The keys themselves have a solid, responsive bump with a springy rebound, although travel, or how far the key moves on each keystroke, is a little shallower than I'd like. You also get a dedicated numeric keypad with a somewhat narrowed design, which makes the keys look a bit squished. There's not much to say about the Aspire 5 speakers, beyond the fact that they're not great. Of course, you can't expect much from laptop speakers, particularly on a budget model. On the plus side, the Aspire speakers can get nice and loud, and they're perfectly fine for listening to the audio on, for example, YouTube videos. But these thin, bass-free speakers can't hold a candle to external speakers or a decent pair of headphones. Ports. The port selection on this budget Aspire 5 model is fair. On the left side, you get a single USB 3.0 Type A port, a USB 2.0 port, HDMI, Ethernet, and a combo audio jack, along with a barrel-shaped power port. Missing from the port party is a USB-C port, which we've seen on other Aspire 5 models and would have been handy for connecting newer external storage devices and other peripherals. We also wouldn't have minded a memory card slot. Performance. We've compared this dual-core Ryzen 3-powered Aspire 5 to a series of similar 8th-generation Intel Core i3 and i5 laptops, some of which retails for hundreds more than this particular model. Now, let's just cut to the chase. The Aspire 5 we're reviewing generally sits at or near the bottom of each of our performance charts. Keep in mind, however, that this particular Acer laptop happens to be among the least expensive systems that we've ever tested, so there's a value proposition to consider. Also, while the Aspire's performance on our charts may look bad, That doesn't mean that it can't do a good, heck, better than good, job at handling everyday computing tasks like editing office documents, surfing the web, and editing a photo or two. Indeed, during my time writing this review on the Aspire 5 itself, I never experienced any performance slowdowns that impeded my productivity. PC Marcade Work 2.0 Conventional. First up, the PC Marcade benchmark simulates such daily computing tasks as online shopping, tinkering with spreadsheets, live video chat, and other common chores. A PC Marcade score above 2000 means you shouldn't see any speed bumps while, say, plugging away in a Word document, while anything about 3000 should yield buttery productivity performance. Handbrake. Taking things up a notch, our handbrake test involves using the free handbrake utility to encode a 40 GB video files into a format suitable for Android tablets. It's a CPU-intensive task that rewards laptops with the most processor cores, while dual-core systems like our Aspire 5 system tend to lag behind. Cinebench. Similar in difficulty to our handbrake benchmark, Cinebench tests how quickly a given laptop can render a 3D image in real time. Once again, we're talking a processor-intensive torture test that tends to heat up CPUs and spin up cooling fans. Now, the Aspire's last-place single-thread performance does give us a moment of pause, because it puts dual and quad-core laptops on an even playing field and speaks to the efficiency of a system's individual CPU threads. Then again, we'd be more concerned if the Aspire 5 single-thread Cinebench showing were part of a trend. The laptop's solid PC Marcade score as well as our peppy real-world experience say otherwise. So I highly recommend getting the Acer Aspire 5, A5 1543 or 19L, review. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my RS product review channel. Thank you.